No.
We need a soundboard. Like, we really just need a soundboard.
Yeah.
Like 16, like you could just press a button.
Well, and the best would be if they controlled it, but we could hear it, because they could like catch us off guard. You know what I mean? And then our reaction, that'd be really good.
Like somebody dies without their wanding, right? You're just like, drop your stick, drop your stick.
Or womp womp womp.
Taps at a certain time could work. Like, there's so many options and so many excellent sounds.
Right.
Like, we could just use the ones in the compendium, right? That's free advertising as well.
I mean, you can do that for us nowadays, right? You can do. Oh, you're just talking about the sound effects.
Exactly.
I thought you were gonna do That's play to win, baby.
You're not doing it right.
I know I'm not. I can't.
It's really an art form, I think,
Yeah.
to be able to utter those exact words the exact way that they were said by the exact person that said the words.
But imitation is the highest form of flattery.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I'm getting there for you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's going to earn me at least half of one fan.
That's doubling what you're at right now, right?
Touche.
All right. Well, we got a couple changes here. I haven't got to see a ton of Newbee at this event. I mean, there's like 3 different streams going simultaneously. I'm kind of interested. It feels like, again, for a team that's in the top 8 of DPC firmly, like they're the next one in line pretty much, it looks like, to get the direct, make sure that they're like fully qualified for TI. It hasn't been looking that great.
They kind of look like garbage.
Oh, I mean, it's rough.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not trying to say that,
That's
but I'll take it.
I mean, the drafting they've been going, it's just been very odd.
Okay.
And I'm really hesitant to say this. Vici banning out the Sand King, Nyx, Omni, all typical Newbie heroes, but there's a Naga left unbanned. And
5 seconds remaining.
will they pick Naga?
It might just happen. It's the bait. They want it to happen.
I think that we could very likely see a Naga and a Disruptor. Or maybe a Jakiro.
It's a possibility.
We'll see, though, guys, you know.
Oh, man. Do you hear that?
Rob, did you hear what I said about the soundboard? Can we make that happen? I want a soundboard of just like literally give me a board that has audio that I can program different sounds into for the stream. Oh, the deny pick. So it took him a full minute for Vici to discuss.
Yeah.
Guys, I've got an idea. We shouldn't give Newbee Naga. Let's pick it ourselves.
That's interesting,
what they do.
because it's one of those things that you always talk about is that the first couple of picks, the first couple of bans, you shouldn't have to use a lot of reserve time. You should kind of have an idea of what they're planning to ban against you, most likely. Or is that something that exists more like as series develop over time?
I think when you go into a series for the first time, you should always have something prepared. Personally, I think that the opener is one of the easier things to prep. I think that bans are relatively easy to plan around, and that you can just have like 3 or 4 heroes that you're looking to go for, and you just scoop one up.
Yeah.
Especially his first pick. First pick's the easier one because it's just you literally you have a bunch of heroes, you pick one, like you just go with it. And Newbee counteract with a Naga. This seems to be like their go-to hero a lot of the time, although its effectiveness is a bit... when you look at the bans from Vici, those are all super good heroes to pick Rubik into, and they're all out of the pool. So
Yeah.
his strength is a bit nerfed in that regard, but I'm sure Newbee, maybe they just pick Tusk now, and then they have these 2 roaming supports to play around.
I will mention that I think that Newbee is probably also one of the teams that got hurt most by having a patch every 2 weeks. That's really
definitely.
big.
That's a good point.
Because they always want to just perfect one style, and it's just getting changed all the time, which could have something to do with their bad recent form. But ain't no
Their bad
excuses.
recent form? How recent are we talking? Because I'm watching them play pretty badly for
the
quite
world
some time.
moves quickly. Well, it happens.
Yeah, they go for the Rubik Gyro, which honestly, like, I could give you a list of like 10 heroes, and Newbee pick from it nearly every game. So the Gyrocopter is like the standard Moogie hero, and in truth, one of the only ones that I've seen him perform consistently on. I think that this patch and a lot of like the way the games have been played recently kind of exposed certain players as being lesser than their teammates, and I think Moogie is one that, while he's very good, obviously this team finished second at TI, I don't think that he's quite on the level of SCCC or other carries on the teams that we now see succeeding at the top level. Notably, Paparazzi's quite solid. Ramses,
Yep.
Miracle.
These fellas, they're players.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's always tough, though, because part of some of what you want in Dota is also having that good synergy and feeling like it's somebody that you can trust, feeling like it's somebody that fits the ethos of your team, if you will. So it's like, you know, maybe you take somebody that's less skilled because you feel like it's a good fit for your roster. They haven't. That's one of the other things to mention is that they've been struggling, but it's still a team that hasn't made any roster changes at all.
That's true. It's admirable. I mean, it's sort of similar. I think the only team that has something even close to that is just like OG, right? Where, you know, they might cut everybody else at a point, but No Tail and Fly sticking together. No matter how many times No Tail feeds.
Damn.
Just kidding.
What a time.
I'm just joshing you.
Joshing. He's going to be here later.
He is. He's going to be here for the playoffs.
That's right. Well, we got ourselves a Warlock taken now as well, so set up with the sleep. Yeah, maybe throw some Fatal Bonds on some folks and drop a rock on their head. This is a lot of team fight out of the support positions.
Indeed, and it's just curious to me that Vici's taken so much of their backup time already. Like, they're down to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's always like, I hate being in that position, especially as first pick, because you have the most, like, second pick is all about, like, you kind of just draft 4 heroes with synergy, and you save for the last pick. So it's a lot of you have to sort of lead the dance of the draft. First pick, you get to react to every single selection, with the exception of that last one.
Right.
And I think that you want to have as much time as possible to kind of go over that, keep your draft open while also trying to make sure that you're dealing with what Newbee picks up. So they have very limited time to think about it, and both supports already selected. So we'll see what they choose to do. I'm getting a vision, though. Doom band, Death Prophet, Morphling band, that increases the value of certain heroes such as Underlord, Tidehunter dramatically. And this is already a very good Tide game. Newbee big fans of that hero, and I would expect them to third pick that KP hero or just your standard roamer. But I think you can go with the offlane here, and I think it's one of those two.
I like Tide a lot. That sounds great. It's like that combo breaker that you need, because as it is already sets up, like, they have a lot of potential to just bring things all together there. I guess for Vici, what I'd probably looking at is, like you said, you've got like heroes that are already taken that are the supports. Sometimes you can exploit that. Brew.
Ooh.
They're switching it up.
This is something Newbee ran at Epicenter once to great success, the KP Brew. I like it a lot. I think it's quite strong against Warlock because of the AoE Dispel. You actually can just cleanse Fatal Bonds from your entire team along with the power word if it's on somebody. So one of the Warlock's effectiveness is based around him hitting all of his spells. They're massive AoE, and specifically the Fatal Bonds and the Upheaval. So you dispel the Fatal Bonds and throw them up in the air, and there's no more upheaval. So
that's nifty, yeah. And
it's quite
I guess
nice.
The other thing too, though, it can be tough. Like if he's the one that initiates onto the Brewmaster, that could be a little bit hard to chain all together. And maybe you need to find yourself a Vision hero now, so that way you can always be the one that's finding the initiation. Night Stalker's already banned out. There is still a Beastmaster in the pool, but that'd probably have to go towards like a Vici gaming rather than a Newbee at this stage.
I think Newbee can probably look at like a Lesh here as either core or support. They might also go for an OD, but it's a bit early, and then you're probably last picking that 4 hero, which is a bit odd. But I can expect it to get banned. Like China and SEA really respect this OD more than the West does, I feel.
I feel like, though, like you said, last picking the 4 position, particularly for Newbee, doesn't seem like it's their MO. But it could be something that they go for. Like, they almost always save that last pick for SC if they can. I don't really know what else they really. I guess lane wise, Brew feels okay to me right now. Although we don't know who the safe lane hero is going to be.
They need a Kaka pick now, and they need something that can activate this Brew. And you need something to buy Super Urn. Most importantly, whenever you're Spirit Vessel. You
got it.
I gotta start saying that more often.
Look at you, man. You're doing it. I think like in the past this would clearly be an Earth Spirit game, but I don't know if that hero is good enough anymore.
I don't know if it is, honestly.
Yeah.
That hero, I want to see it work, but it just doesn't.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at some stretching photos of my co-caster.
Yeah, it's good. I'm fairly flexible, man.
Yeah, it was Leshrac.
You doing it?
What do you know?
That's some kind of much needed damage, I think, and you can amp it up with Rubik as well. This is scary. Like early game, Newbee running at you. One of those teams that will definitely do it, grouping together.
I like the choice because it can be core support, so that's still open. and you're in a position where, I mean, I just think Lesh is great. Whenever there's a DK and I see a Lesh, I'm happy because I know I have answers to him.
Man, look at that zoom in on
That's
SC Dice.
Is that Rob who control the camera?
No, that is in China. His powers do not extend that far.
Man, great minds must think alike.
Yeah. God. Speaking of the Saruman references, Lordy, your powers. Oh, what's this one now?
The Paparazzi Slark.
I think for me, he's probably the second best Slark player in China, I think behind Ame. Definitely a scary, scary hero if you can get out of control with it. And I think he has some pretty solid help in lane, too, with Warlock and Naga there, either one of them. I don't know, are you at all concerned about the relative weakness that Slark sometimes has in the laning stage? Are you a believer in the regen being the answer for him?
I think it's good in this game. I mean, you crush Gyro and Brew like the entire game. Okay. You're really nice against them. The Leshrac as core could give you issues, but it's always a good Slark game when you have team fight to play around, and in this game they have a lot, and you won't be run over. And in addition, there's literally nothing currently on Newbee that is uncleansable by Dark Pact, which is just the dream. Like it's always just solid if you're a Slark. Can expect them to probably last pick their offlaner here. I think you might ban Void, Bloodseeker. I was going to say Void or Bloodseeker, strangely enough. I think that you ban the Bloodseeker here because you could just put this Gyro mid, and Mugi loves his Bloodseeker. And that's one of those heroes that really just makes Slark almost unplayable because whenever you get super low, he's going to see you, thus you don't heal, and Rupture just kind of makes you unable to move even if you are under the effect of your ultimate.
Sorry you guys saw that little pop-up there. I'm on BSJ's account. I had to go offline. Do not want to play a game with randoms on his account. Ooh, this is a hero that has been getting a hell of a lot more love recently. And does that mean it's going to be the Naga offlane?
I think it's a Skywrath mid.
Really? And DK offlane then?
Yeah. I like it a lot as well. You have really strong lanes, and Skywrath is like is just a great hero against all of the enemies at the moment because they have such low HP, and a Sky just literally kills somebody in a DK stun, a Slark pounce, a Naga net. Like you have so much setup, plus you're gonna have the Fatal Bonds to just amp your damage on everybody. It just seems really nice.
And then Lion is
I like
the last
it.
pick.
I like it. You need the uncleansable Hex. So we just talked about how they have nothing for the Slark Dark Pact. Lion and Rasta provide that, so that's what they're going to go with.
All right, well, the draft is finished. We've got answers. You like the Skywrath Mage. You also like the Lion. Which one do you like more? Who you feeling in this game number 1 here?
Wow, you're right. Actually, it is offlane Naga. I've never seen them run this before.
Huh.
I'm leaning towards. I think the Newbee draft is solid if they don't get run over. But I am concerned that if the Lion dies, the Slark might just run rampant on the game. So I think I might have to favor. It's hard because I want to say Vici, but then I think to myself that Newbee just seems to beat everybody in China.
Right.
But I'm just feeling Newbee. I think they're going to take this game. I really like that Sky last pick and then the Naga offlane. I think utility Naga offlane is super strong right now and definitely underpicked.
All right, well, not to be a bandwagon fella, but I am kind of feeling the same way. I guess actually less so now. I thought that it was going to be the Skywrath mid because you were saying that it was. But now that I'm seeing that it's Lan playing it, I feel a little bit more confident in this. And actually, I'm going to change it back. I'm gonna go with Vici here. We'll see how it goes. And man, 11, 3 mangoes and 6 of those tangos in his inventory. We've been seeing a return to the mango. There's a lane where there were like 8 mangoes between the 3 heroes. It was nuts.
I mean, after the changes, right? It's so cheap now, and it's free mana. I mean, it's effectively a mana pot.
It's definitely
on
not
command with free health regen.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And I think that, like, particularly on these high armor heroes, like Naga, 7 armor, she's such a beast early on. It's an issue.
And just free health regen. You can walk around like he has 5 health regen on Naga right now.
I gotta change one more setting. I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh God,
unacceptable.
There it is.
Unacceptable.
It happened.
Fire him.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll take care of that before this game is done. Vici running down here now with Paparazzi. Kaka in the area as well, trying to contest for the rune, and it looks like they might even be able to get some more as down bottom. Now, 11's going to be able to pick up that one, so they'll trade off 2 apiece. Easy peasy.
And Mugi's forced to skill Rocket, though. Not sure if you really want to do that in a lane like this. How do you harass either one of these heroes with Rocket? Especially considering the Rubik doesn't really add much to this laning phase either, especially after the hard nerf to the lift. Very, very low duration lift now. It lost 0.4 seconds at level 1.
Well, and the other thing to keep in mind here is this is a lane that we've seen become a huge problem. Skywrath Mage +1. You just spam out the Arcane over and over and over again, and it's really hard to deal with. And now you've also got this sort of big tanky hero in the Naga Siren that's going to be able to keep the pressure off of that Skywrath Mage, and I don't know. We're going to have to see if they have enough regen to deal with it. They have 6 tangos on Gyro, but he doesn't have his stick yet. He can't get out there to the shop yet.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of that starting item either. I hate when people buy items that actually provide nothing. And I'm not a fan of it personally, especially if you're in this sort of scenario where you're just getting zoned from the shop. However, you are playing in Skywrath Naga, so the logic makes sense. If you were going to do it in a game, like these are 2 heroes that are just going to spam spells with the 4 mangoes total between them, so it makes sense.
Well, and a quick little pause here, but yeah, I'm concerned about this bottom lane for Newbee. Other lane mid, how do you feel about this matchup? It's DK versus Lesh.
I'd say it's almost just a complete and utter trade, even DK favored, unless the Lesh gets some sort of rotation, because you do have so much magic damage that it is quite easy to kill a DK, but you need that +1, and in this game that doesn't really exist. I think you need to bring both supports to guarantee a kill.
And these supports, at least for now, are remaining fairly static. Might see Kaka make a rotation a little bit later on, and Paparazzi feeling the pressure early on here, though he's still getting his last hits every now and then. A couple denies here and there as well. Easy for that guy. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes probably on bottom and see if Mugi runs into any more trouble here.
I mean, top lane is just essentially going to be trading, because Warlock is just going to heal the Slark, and the Brew and the Lion are just going to kind of run around and try to do stuff, but you just can't, especially with the mangoes, right? Like, how do you ever...
Oh my god. Down bottom lane already early. Mugi in trouble. One more Arcane Bolt might be enough to be able to find the kill. Can they get vision? They get the kill. He ran back into him. That
was really weird. He had a salve, too. I feel like he could have just ran down a bit, got that salve off, maybe survive, even through trees afterwards. Like, definitely didn't have to run back into the Naga.
Maybe pathing, you know, that's one of those things where you got to think, because anybody would have seen that. Regardless, Invis Rune here for Kaka. He already has level 2, but not a ton of levels on SC to make anything happen against this DK.
Yeah, you can't kill him for now.
Yeah.
Just, you need like level 5, preferably level 6 on Lesh. That's the key. And if Lesh gets 6 really quick, finds a kill on DK, all of a sudden he's threatened by any rotation. But this Skywrath Naga lane also is just super strong. I had not seen the Naga off, but I'm a big fan of it. I don't like it when people go the Radiance, but it looks like if you go like this fast Spirit Vessel, like Meteor Hammer utility style Naga, it seems so strong. Especially in this sort of game where Warlock kind of gives you the damage to always do stuff. And wow, look at that Skywrath. He took so much damage. He actually dies. That's what happens when you get lifted into a creep wave.
Uh-oh. Low armor hero, and the Naga not able to tank for him. And, well, it's still also up here, not really feeling like there's a whole lot of a chance, although Kaka does need to be a little bit careful, holding on to 5 wand charges. If somehow they're able to sort of get a sneak on him, there could be something. But mainly just the bloody bottom lane. As Mugi going to take some more harassment and land him. I mean, he gets up in their face, but he's got to be careful. He keeps on eating those creep waves. And no more regen on him either.
No. Lanham has gotten some criticism from the Chinese scene, community rather, that he has been holding the team back. A lot of people feel like he doesn't work hard enough to make up for his lack of mechanical skill. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but you know, there are people who say these things.
Really?
I am saying them to you.
I don't believe that at all, but
okay,
whatever.
What the heck?
Faith is about to go down,
happening?
And now Mugi is going down as well, just running at these guys, at least taking some damage from it, and showing the strength of the lane, just not respecting it.
I mean, that was like where I saw Lanham just kind of give away a feed, and that was Faith giving away a feed, and it just happens, right? I mean... That was interesting.
I guess so.
It happens to the best of us and the worst of us. We just had BSJ on this cast, and he was saying things like that just seem to happen to him all the time.
Even when he's gone, you just got a little in the eye right there. It's great. I love it.
Well, he's watching from the couch if he's not asleep. So, I'm just sending him some love, making him know we didn't forget him.
That's good.
Even if he's not with us anymore.
Kaka taking some damage from the Fatal Bonds there. KP does not want to step too far forward. It could maybe just kill off the Lion from the other side of the freaking map. We'll see how much damage he ends up taking out. It's all worn off now. But nonetheless, in some trouble yet again. Moogie going to be caught, and it just is too easy for this to happen. He does throw out the rocket, and that might be enough to keep him alive with the Arcane Curse running in. They will have another splash in just a second. Right clicks are there, and another death for Moogie. Maybe they can find some retribution here. Is Naga Siren going to get ran at? Are they going to be able to find this kill? It looks like the answer is yes.
That's a TP from the Rubik. The line's already super low. Moogie is having a terrible game. And honestly, Vici's lineup, like, you get to a certain point where the damage output from the new... Vici's lineup is going to get to the point where they don't die, and the damage output from Newbee is very static. They're going to need to, like, kill off a Slark or a DK in a burst combo, and there's so much counter-initiation potential thanks to the Warlock and the Naga.
11? He dodges it. Can they get this? He's pretty close. No, he's not going to be able to. It was a sick dodge, though.
Yeah. You can see he went Aquila on 11, so just like arguably the best and most cost-efficient item. Oh, mid lane.
They got him caught. Raindrop's not going to keep him alive here as they bring in the illusion for the Riptide damage as well.
Well played by 11. He's doing excellent so far, and I love this build. He's literally just going Aquila into Meteor Hammer. Like, that's so strong because that Meteor Hammer just allows you to one-shot creep waves, like, right away. And if you get that early on, you just start accelerating and shoving lanes way faster than other heroes on the map. And currently, the 3 cores for Vici are the top 3 in net worth, and they just look like they might be running over Newbee in this game, which I, for one, am all in favor of.
Oh, more right clicks here as well as Ori trying to run away, and it looks like he might get caught. Yeah, that extra bit of damage. Faith is here as well, and the poor DK will be brought down. You know, the other interesting thing about that Meteor Hammer is the way that it got changed. It's always dodgeable if you have something like a BKB or if you have something like Eul's, but it's getting it this early. They're not going to have those items online to dodge it.
Yep.
Could be tough.
And that's what makes it so powerful. Not only that, a net into a Meteor Hammer on, say, a Gyrocopter, a Brewmaster. These heroes have no way to interrupt, and you just kind of die if you get caught, or you're forced to, TP out. No, you can't TP out, but, Brew would split. Right. That's pretty much it.
Well, KP taking some more harassment. He is sort of going to be the shining light here as well as SC.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say, he's in a lot of trouble, though. Like, what?
TPing out, and I guess that's the strength of it. Like, since there's no stuns in this lane, he's going to be able to escape.
I would like to see him go to a shrine, though. I mean, those are active, have been so for 2 minutes. Neither one of his teams has been used, but it's all good. It's all good. He has a Lion up in his lane to soak XP, so it's not super bad if he has to TP to base.
Right. Yeah, they're not losing those resources at the very least. And Lion being able to get a quick level 6 would be amazing for them in this one. Kill off Paparazzi. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, I'm really liking this Naga offlane, though. This is something I've been in favor of for quite some time. I really think that these heroes that buy solely utility items are just super strong in the offlane nowadays. And if you include the fact that he is one of the best laners in the game, like specifically dual laners, like this is where Naga shines. And you can just see how much damage they're outputting. Like, poor Moogie is just, he's just getting...
It's not a great time.
Yeah.
Well, they actually end up bringing Kaka down here as well, and I think that Kaka TP'd in Vision as well, so they realized what was going on, and now they're going to back out with 11 and going to not fight for the bounty rune.
Top lane as well. Brewmaster in some trouble, taking a lot of damage from Paparazzi.
He does have another clap. Hard to dive that one for Paparazzi. But with the rotation coming in also from Ori, this is an assault on the tower, and it looks like they might actually be able to get, although there's another rotation that's coming in. Kaka and SC wanting to fight this, and they're going to get here before the tower falls fully. Can they actually make a play? Looks like they're going to back out on Vici, though. So
I mean, it just kind of telegraphed, right? When no one's mid, you'd think that if Lesh is staying there, he'd probably be shoving that lane, but yeah, they know. They know.
Yeah, there's Kaka showing, and there's no reason that line is sitting in the river unless there's somebody else there. Meanwhile, though, it's going to be another TP out from Moogie. Not able to break that one on Vici, although they did have level 6 on 11, so they maybe could have popped that there if they wanted to. Long cooldown.
Yeah, I think it might be worth it, but honestly, it isn't just because of how this gyro is. What's the word?
Broke as a joke.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds about right. I would say drunk as a skunk because he's pretty
stinky.
He's not going to be able to afford child support this month. Let me just put it like that.
All right, Faith, they bring him in. 11-1 to get the kill, but SC showed up the song. He's able to get outside of the ulti range right there and TP away from them.
To the shrine, my man.
Oh, he knows what he's doing.
Look at him go, even with the swap over the Aquila into the stash. What a player.
And now they're also going to get a little bit of free damage here onto the mid lane because SC made that rotation. So Vici, not only are they leading a little bit in terms of kills, but it's also like the little efficiency things. You got to appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. Somebody's got to, and if it's not going to be us, who will it be?
I don't know, man. You got me there. KP runs into Paparazzi, fighting for the rune. Who's got the quicker fingers? KP does this time. And it looks like... Are you in favor of the new bounty rune changes? It feels like they're objectives now in the game.
I mean, I don't like scenarios like that, right? Where it's just, okay, who clicks it faster.
Right.
It rewards their whole team with effectively a hero kill of gold. Like, that's a hero kill right there. I think that they make the game more strategical in some ways, but it's also just... I don't know. I feel like it might get changed next patch, so I'm hesitant to offer full feedback until I'm sure it's going to be a lasting mechanic.
Fair enough. I've been noticing a lot more fighting, it feels like, around those early ones, and always in favor of that one just because I like to see shiny things on the screen.
My thing is that the whole game is so team fight meta right now. I feel like anything that was giving individual gold was quite nice because it seems like team gold has been so
Hold
strong.
that thought. Level 6 right here
Level
on the
6
Lion. They got him caught. The turnaround, though. The Fatal Bonds, it's a lot of damage. Can they turn it around? All of them are falling apart so drastically. Can they kill off SC? He's going to be able to walk away. Man, that lasting little bit there from the upheaval, not enough to slow them down, and they do kill off the Warlock. Complete and utter unmitigated disaster in the mid lane. Vici lose 3.
The one benefit is that the Gyrocopter is still forced to just jungle, and the Slark is hard free farming. So if there were one player I would trust my game to, it would be Paparazzi. As you can see, he's just going straight Aquila into Shadowblade. Nothing crazy like a drums or a drums before the Shadowblade, just the Shadowblade.
And he was trying to get a little bit sneaky there as well with KP, see if he could bait him into moving too far forward and then get the kill since he knew Split was down, but no such luck, and Paparazzi just going to farm up the jungle like you were talking about. No hit on the scan there either. A little bit of a stack on the camp. But you look at it, and it is definitely Vici all around the map, whereas Newbee are kind of either clustered together or have to head back to base. Getting a lot of farm on this one for Vici.
Yeah, and I think the game favors them as it continues, but SCCC really is the guy to watch. Brew splits can also just be game-changing, especially when he gets that blink timing. And the team fight potential of Newbee is certainly stronger early in the mid-game. As the game transitions, the Slark becomes much higher HP, Dragon Knight, BKB. That's where Vici really hits the timing, where they're the ones that have the distinct advantage. But for now, Newbee has a much easier time making moves around the map.
Gotcha. Well, and they're going to try and pressure this one now to get some type of a return. By the way, got to give a little bit of love to the Lanham build right now. 1,000 HP with double Bracer, double Null Tally, no boots even. He knows what he wants to do, and that's just stay alive if at all possible. And they take that bottom tower. Likewise, it's Newbee not fully finishing it off. SC only 1 point in the Edict, but they are going to be able to pressure out this next creep wave and then eventually get that taken down as well. Well, Mugi gets a little bit of time to himself to farm up, but it's still, you take a look at these net worths, all inhabited by Vici. And the wraparound for Kaka, they are going to throw out a net, and Meteor Hammer, just right on the edge there, able to find him. And now the Hex, the turnaround, KP here as well, right-click's coming through. I'm not sure if they want to dive for this one fully as Skywrath Mage rotates in with 11, and they keep their buddy alive.
Not bad. A Meteor Hammer, if it lands, of course, that's a kill, but Lion is not going to just let that happen for free.
No.
Oh, blinking from Brew.
Is this really the play? Vici, he's still got heroes here in the mid lane, and Chaotic Offering back off cooldown in 5 seconds. So I'm assuming you want to play around that ultimate for Vici. But are you sort of looking to make things happen with it, or just sort of TPM to defend?
TPM into defend, I think, but I like this. Paparazzi was given 3 sentries, and he found the ward sentry set up in the bottom Radiant jungle. Really intelligent movement, and that's something a lot of good teams play around Slark with. You just hand him sentries.
Yeah.
He just kill the wards for you, and it's super valuable, and one of the reasons I think this hero is so high value, where he's one of the few cores that really help you to control vision, and he does it by far better than pretty much every other hero in Dota.
And it's like a way to also like feed gold to your carry, which there's nothing else that you can really do that to besides stacking.
Yep.
All right, double smoke in. Newbee, they're moving in towards mid lane. They spot out 11, but the sleep, no, they interrupted. That would have been huge, but they might still be able to find something here. SC, there's going to be the Chaos offering down. Fatal Bonds onto 3, and for sure the Leshrac is dead, but it looks like that's going to be the extent of it.
Yeah, but here comes Slark on the rotate, and this is why you got to be safe if you're Newbee here. Yeah, the golem's down, but this is really bad. There's the song. Oh,
onto 3, the meteor hammer. It's going to come down as well. They catch it onto all of them. The damage, they're all gone. Double kill for 11.
I mean,
that'll happen.
That was like watching a, I don't know, like I can't think of the specific raid, but I'm sure there's a World of Warcraft boss that does something similar. And then in Vent, you know, as you see it unfold, you're like, oh my god, who aggroed Maru? And then you die and everyone's upset.
When they were, like, when I saw the Meteor Hammer being channeled, I think I literally pog-champed. That was like the first time I've actually made that face before. But let's see, 6 to 8, 15 minutes in. They're also going to be able to pick up all those bounty runes after winning that fight, get the tier 1 tower.
And that's where the soundboard comes in, because we could just be spamming, wow,
wow.
Wow.
Oh, apparently we need to turn off the announcer real quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So, Kyle, you're going to do the camera work for the next 2 minutes while I switch this off.
I'm ready. Let's take it to space, boys.
All right. Oh, God, I don't know how to do this fully. Jesus Christ. BSJ, what are you doing?
Let's go top. What do we got here? Look at this. Oh, they didn't find him. All right, now let's get in. Let's go in for a close-up on KP. Lost in the jungle.
All right, let's see. Equip. Oh, Jesus. I'd never changed mine at all, which is part of the reason that this is a problem. Global items. There we go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, and you've got it now. So they've got your audio over. That's great.
Are fortified.
Do you want to do a little bit of the play-by-play real quickly while I try and solve this thing?
Sure. So we got in the mid lane. Mid lane stun comes out on the creep wave. Creep wave. He will get all the last hits. Yep, 1 left for Gyro. What a bro. Actually, Lion gets that one. Rocket in on the DK. Hex out as well. There's the blink in from KP. He gets silenced, though. No ability to ult. Now he's stunned. Now he's getting ulted. The Meteor Hammer comes out. That's interrupted. The split does go off. Finger onto the Naga. He's going down in the meantime. Ori already healed up. He's probably going to be fine. They throw him up in the air, though, just in case. Lanham casting this slow. He gets the silence off as well. The ledge can't follow up. There's the Lion stun. Lots of magic damage coming out. There's the stun on top. Slark's here, though. Slark's there, and holy, the Slark died almost instantly. What the hell?
Wow. All right, we're back into the game. My God, that was amazing. They've all fatal bonded, but they don't end up dying? That's nutty.
What happened to Paparazzi?
I don't know. I literally don't know. So I apologize for that. I mean, they do got a ton of magical damage on their team. That's the other thing about it. I think we can switch over now, by the way.
Okay. See it from space, guys.
Dire's middle tower
well, my goodness, that completely changes the dynamic of this game, it feels like. It was almost a 7,500 net worth lead, and now it's back down to 2K with an experience lead into the favor of Newbee. How detrimental is that for Vici Gaming now?
Pretty detrimental. What's even more detrimental is that currently my screen is still live, which we probably want to change in the best interest of Twitch chat, because I'm staying in space until you take it away. There
we got it. What a guy. Shout out to production who recognized there's a problem, and then they realized that, you know what, it's time to fix it. What a bunch of cool guys. All right. All right.
Thank God. You know, I don't have much self-esteem. I essentially get all my jollies from reading positive things in Twitch chat about myself. So keep it coming, guys. And in the meantime, while you do that, please be sure to keep it Kyle.
Keep it Kyle. That's great. I love that. A little bit of self-promotion. Why not?
Yeah. Also, do you mind letting me do a team fight once every 10, 15 minutes or so? Because that really energized me. I think
man.
that's the key, and that's why everyone's been staying awake while I've been napping.
Get after it. I believe in you. You do you. Keep it Kyle. That's just going to be the new phrase for anything, you know? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm still just in shock. I think what happened was Paparazzi, he likes to tread swap, and I approve of that, but he was running it on int treads and like 600 HP, and it looked like he caught like the clap and the AoE Skywrath bolt. No, sorry, that's the guy on his team. He caught the Lion stun and like a Fade bolt all at once and just fed.
Yeah. Well, and those team fights just become so chaotic. Like, it's pretty hard to like get all of the tread swaps absolutely perfect. And then also on top of that, he's just running this Shadow Blade at this point with treads, not even a full magic wand, just the stick. Like, he needs to get into some of those more survival items, and that's the BKB queued up right now. Yep. Meanwhile, take this one away, man.
Oh, this team fight? No, you can do this one if you
all
want.
Right,
it's up to you,
good.
though. I got it. Stark's going in. He's going in on the brew. He pounces on top of KP. Split is ready, though, so it's just a little bit of a tickle. But in the meantime, his team's smoking around. Warlock, Naga, Skywrath on the way. Will they find KP? Will they find KP? They find KP with the silence. He's going to get netted. He's going to get popped. And Papa Molly Wops the Brewmaster down. 11 getting credit for the kill, of course.
Audible chocolate in my ears. That was amazing. Well, here we go. Round 2 now. And you know what the problem was there? And I'm going to do my analysis now. Skywrath Mage silenced him, and so he couldn't cast his ultimate. That's all.
That is exactly what happened, Lyrical. Oh, my goodness gracious. It's rare that my co-caster has a statement with 100% accuracy, especially when that analyst is named after a fruit.
No, that's... Is a banana a fruit?
I think so. It's definitely not a vegetable.
Yeah, I always think of seeds when I think of fruit, and I don't see many seeds in a banana. I guess there's some of those. They have the little, like, tiny ones that are inside of it. Well, 10-9, 2,000 net worth lead still. We got the BKBs completed for both the Leshrac and the Slark. This is a timing that teams always want to exploit, but they both got them.
And one just came out on the Dragon Knight as well. So it's about that time where teams are like, hey, let's fight. And once again, 20 minutes in, no Roche taken. BKBs come out, and all of a sudden the game could just come down to a team fight.
Oh, speaking of a team fight, Mr. Faith, where you going? Slarky is trying to chase him down now, and they want to go for the courier, but now they spot a bigger fish to fry. It's Moogie caught for the moment. He's in some trouble, dropping low and dead as Faith also going to fall. They get that kill, and now the okay. He's going to lift him up. He's going to give him the lift. Or he's not going to give him. He's going to run away. That little guy wants to go find a life for himself elsewhere.
Yeah, this is a really sloppy game of Dota, I gotta say. I feel like both teams have lost massive team fights purely due to incredibly large mistakes, and I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure about anything right now.
Well, I mean, to be honest, that's sometimes what it comes down to, right? Like, you play so many games of Dota back to back to back to back. You're talking about us on the panel. These people are out there. They're playing games. They, getting all the hate mail in the world when they lose one, and then all the adoration and love when they end up winning. And then afterwards, suddenly you forget that, okay, you're not going to be able to hit that BKB.
I get it. Just like these are the arguably like second and third best teams in China. They're both getting invited to TI, and I just don't see. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
Pipe finished, by the way. Oh, there's the song on the Naga. I'm going to give you the countdown. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it misses completely.
Oh, that was great. That's the good countdown. It's the debate countdown. We do have a kill, though, that comes out now. Faith is going to fall.
I also want to bring up the fact that there was a Leshrac to his right, the core Leshrac, with while he had BKB, Lion has a blink, so you can blink the Meteor Hammer. Lesh could have BKB'd it, sure, but then he would have used it instead of just TPing away for free.
Yeah.
Not to mention Naga had net, which would have interrupted the TP.
Well, these things do happen, and I feel like that's also one of those things where maybe it's not necessarily Naga also, or rather the Naga going for the other one, because if maybe you plan on your teammates being the ones that are going to catch up with that one. I don't know. I'm trying to find some reason why it could have gone down like that. But we're going to move on. 3,000 net worth lead still there. And, well, Vici What do they want to do now? I mean, no Roche has been taken yet. They got some heroes that can do it. Sort of.
I mean, it's possible. I think that's something that China just doesn't really emphasize as much as a lot of the Western teams. They don't often have like those really simple Roche lineups. And okay, Kaka's probably going to die. He does have the invis from the Shadow Amulet. Will he go down? A stolen on the thing, a clap. It's all you, Lyrical. Oh,
they're taking it over now. Stun there onto Brew before he's able to get off his ulti. Does he still want to go for it? BKB out as well for Ori. He's going to pop the ultimate now, looking for the counter initiation. Tag, you're in.
Oh, I'm in. Oh, and here comes the counter initiation. Oh, the Warlock ult! It goes down. Fatal Bounce on 3. BKB pop on Leshrac. Slark as well. He's smacking the Lesh, but it's not really going to matter. Moogie running in. He's BKB'd as well. The stun goes out onto Lanima. Toss up onto the Warlock. 11 in a lot of trouble as well. Another self-heals by the Leshrac. Paparazzi. He's standing next to the AoE damage. He's taking a lot of damage. That's Triple C. He's going to get stunned. He's going to die in a second. KP catching the slow from the Skywrath. Ori still full health. Moogie in a lot of trouble as well. KP tries to TP out. He can't die. In the meantime, Moogie, he's going to try to teleport out. He's going to get it out. Yeah, he's fine. In the meantime, Slark looking to push down mid lane. Here you go, tier 2 pressure, team fight victory from Vici Gaming. But guess what, Lyrical? They can't do Roche because they don't have any Roche heroes.
Oh, it was beautiful. What a play. But they can go for the tower at the very least, and that's what you want to look for. Oh, man, that was so good. Whew. Well, Vici, they make it happen yet again. They got Paparazzi getting out of control towards that Scotty soon.
It just feels like these team fights actually don't matter because neither team can do objectives or do Roche. So it's like, oh, we killed him. Oh, we go from 2,000 gold ahead to 3,500 gold ahead.
Well, eventually that's going to become another item, right?
It feels like that song. I tried so hard, I got so far, and in the end, it didn't even matter.
See, I thought you were going to go with the Macy Gray. I thought you were going to go the... That was definitely not Alicia Keys. I thought you were going the Macy. I try to say goodbye and I choke. You remember that one? No?
No.
What are you? Oh God, Macy Gray. She had the afro. It was beautiful.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'll show that to you later. Don't worry.
Please, please. Wait, you mean your afro? Because I know what your hairstyle is. So if you got an afro, I don't know if I want to see where that's located.
It's on my chest. It's just right in the middle of my chest.
Okay, hey, it's better than your back.
Yeah, that's true.
Or other places.
Well, Slark gem now as well, so this is going to be even more capabilities for dewarding. Right now you're looking at the vision of Newbee. It's nothing. They have the vision of where their heroes are. They put down one ward right here, which might get something, but hard to play with no vision, Kyle. Not going to lie.
No vision. I mean, I actually need LASIK, but I can tell you if I had LASIK, I'd probably be a lot happier.
Wait a minute, though. Jump forward. Find the stun onto one. Trying to take down Rubik. He is going to fall, and it looks like Kaka also left alone. Throws out an Impale, but it's all for naught. But can they find the bigger target as well? Leshrac has his BKB available. Pops it, tries to run. Now they do have the Warlock ulti in 15 seconds, but they're not going to get it in time.
Nope. And they will hopefully get some objectives off of this as well. And you can see the big issue with the Newbee's lineup is that they don't really have much to contest these BKBs, especially when the Slark and the DK just get so strong. Dragonite, like 2,600 HP. I mean, what do you do?
Well, what do you do when they're hitting your towers, man? They're up on the high ground trying to take down the tier 3 and everybody else not home.
Arcane's mech up on the Naga as well. The team fight's kind of out of this world. The blink in by Brew. He's got his BKB popped. He has split ready, but he can't really do a damn thing. The tier 3 goes down. In the meantime, Slark, he's healing up to full. The split comes out. 11 in a lot of trouble. He has no song, but he's so tanky. In the meantime, the huge Skywrath ultimate. BKB Slark. That's a net on the gyro as well. The song goes off, so everyone else has slept in the meantime. Slark cleaning up the fight. He's still got a pounce, but he's just going to chill. Stay full health. The gyro's dead. Moogie's dead. SCCC is dead. In the meantime, Kaka's about to be dead. KP on the run. Only the Earth Panda left alive, but he's going to get netted. No, he blinks it. In the meantime, 11. He's going to Meteor Hammer the racks in 2, 1. In 2, 1. Nope, just kidding. The GG saved by the bell. Newbee,
you were counting down for something else, and that was the GG call because Newbee just got completely rolled over there towards the end, and I don't know, man. You predicted Newbee. It was Vici. You did. What are you talking about?
Vici. What are you talking about?
Oh no! All right, we're going back. Run back
the
tape.
Film. Yes, please do so.
We're gonna get back onto that, but yeah, man, it happened. And you said that you felt like there were a lot of times where both teams were making mistakes. Was there anything that you were really impressed with from Vici?
No, the draft was good, and they used their spells. Other than that, I mean, the thing is, the game is so much easier for them to play in a lot of ways because the Dragonite goes in. I think 11, if anyone, just literally won the game by himself because he crushed Moogie. Like that was like watching, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a proper example. That was like the Karate Kid before Mr. Miyagi. Okay, that was Mugi. All right.
Yeah.
And 11 was the bully guy from the Cobras. Okay.
You know, I've never seen that movie before.
Oh, I'm sorry to spoil it. Well, long story short, like the Karate Kid at the start of the movie is not nearly as powerful as him at the end of the movie. All right. And Mugi, unfortunately, didn't get all the way to the third act. He was still waxing and not actually learning to fight. So he didn't necessarily have the talents required.
All right, well, fair enough. A rough one for sure. Now, I'm going to ask you right now, I need a little bit of assistance here because I haven't been here after the game is completed.
What do we do?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Are we going to a break? Are we chilling and answering some questions? Should I hop in the lobby and try and spoil? Oh, wait, I don't want to find a match. God, no. Aren't there some questions that we get to answer?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
I think so.
Okay. I should have asked Rob this beforehand. I apologize, Rob. But I wasn't really expecting the game to end right there. Let me just hop into this.
Yeah, hop in the lobby for sure, just in case.
Do. Now, I don't know if you were remembering, but when the first thing first started, there was... What are you giggling at over there?
Just have too much fun.
It's pretty great.
I love, dude, play-by-play casting is great. And I'm at that perfect level of sleep deprivation and caffeine intensity that I can pretty much just talk about what is in front of me without actually committing it to memory. So I can't even tell you a damn thing about that game. I couldn't break it down. All I know is the team that won, the team that lost, and we're about to go to a game 2 right after these. Nope, no messages, please.
There's
we're not
no
taking the stream down. Let's think about it.
We're just hanging out, man. We're having ourselves a good old time. I mean, that's the thing, right, is that I was telling you about this earlier, and for anybody out there, I'm on this camera now. For anybody out there that wants to know about casting a little bit, there's like, you start and it's amazing. Like, it's so good. You always start out and you got high energy. It's great. Slowly that degrades, and then eventually it just gets real good. It goes so good. And then it goes so bad so quickly. There's the steep, like, good and then drop off.
It sounds like you're talking about, like, marriage.
No, God, what are you doing? What's the steep good and then the drop off? Is it kids? Is that having kids?
It's like maybe it's like the Renaissance. What time is it? It's
the
like
Renaissance was the 1700s.
No, I'm talking
I
like
think.
the reawakening that a couple finds like a year or two in.
Okay.
When you guys maybe take some sort of online quiz or.
You haven't had a very long distance or long-term relationships, have you? You were just like,
is that not how it works?
There's something that happens, the internet.
That's where you get tired of missionary and you're like, all right, guys, let's change things up. And then it's like, pew! But then all of a sudden that's not enough anymore.
Oh.
And that's when you sort of accept 15 or so years of sadness before inevitably you get divorced and both of you find other people to entertain yourselves with, and you never really find happiness.
Jesus Christ. I'll say this. I've been married for a little bit over a year now. Been with my wife for 10 years. So for me, at least, I always it's a good thing. There's been a gradual increase, actually, at least for me, in terms of like the love levels. You know, I'm trying to be honest here. What are you giving me that look for?
What kind of love levels are we talking about?
I'm talking about.
Are you talking about like output? Like how much love do you output on a daily basis?
No, it's like, all right. So there's different things, right? So you first fall in love, and there's like delirium, right? And then it's afterwards that sort of goes away, and then you find a new appreciation for the person, right? You sort of realize that they're not perfect, but they are perfect for you. That's what people always say. It's because when you first we're going too far here.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I think we can probably teach a lot of people.
Okay, yes, and so the thing that I was gonna say is that what you have is you have that initial thing, which is it's sort of like it feels like you're drunk always. I remember this, and this is something that I always tell my wife. When I first really fell in love with her, it was me. We met, we were friends, and then I knew it when I went to Taco Bell with my buddies, and I saw a wrapper on the ground, and somehow in my head
you didn't help him up?
Yay! I saw a wrapper on the ground, and I was somehow in my head that got me to thinking of her again. And I realized I saw a piece of trash on the ground, something random, and even that, no matter what it is in my life, it brings it back around to her. Now, that doesn't sound good, but when you say it the right way, it sounds romantic. I promise you that.
So at first you were delirious in love with her.
Yeah.
And then you realized that, you loved her and you were just kind of satisfied by it.
Yeah.
And then you started seeing garbage. And you were just like, hey, that reminds me of my wife.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so to your point, this is like somewhat more serious. I mean this.
All right.
Not to say that wasn't serious. That was a very touching.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm glad that you found love.
Yeah, thank you.
And that you made Twitch chat and myself, those of us who...
Yes, and?
We'll never know.
No, that's not true.
I just think of the age-old song that I want to know what love is.
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
I want you to show me.
Well, the other thing that a lot of people talk about, like marriage, and they talk about like not feeling ready or something like that. That especially I think if people come from divorced families, like for me, it was always a thought like, well, you get married, and then the only next logical step is divorce, right? Like, because that's you think about that progression. Because we're gamers.
I don't think it's really divorce as much as it's like you go to like the dealership, right? And you buy a car, and like eventually maybe it doesn't run so good. It gets a couple flat tires. You want to trade it in for a newer model?
No. Please.
I think like that's just how.
Jesus.
We need. So BTS, please make us our channel before this game starts and we miss it. But that's I wouldn't call it divorce. I would just call it reinvesting in your future.
Yeah, that's no.
Okay, but on a serious and a more wholesome note. So the interesting thing is, I would argue, right? I don't think any one individual person, consider there's like billions and billions of people. I think there's thousands, if not millions, of people you would be compatible with. Yeah. And there's probably thousands that you would consider like your soulmate. You know what I mean? The thing is, and this was there was a study done, just based around like artwork, and they would show these subjects paintings and have them choose their favorite. Okay. And
we're joining the slots.
There are no slots.
Here we go. Oh, I was supposed to create it because I'm the ops person.
That makes sense. Well done. So
don't worry.
Long story short, I don't know like all like the details. I just remember the moral of the story, which was just that they realized that the act of choosing someone's favorite photo enough times inevitably led to it being better than even ones that they had thought were better than it originally because they had chosen it as theirs. So they essentially were able to pick one, and then they kept doing the same thing, right? And once they had designated one as their favorite, even though they might have said that this one was better, the moral of the story is the act of choosing your person and saying this is my person is actually what elevates this man or woman to be yours and thus like your soulmate.
No,
outside
totally.
of the other ones that may or may not be compatible, it doesn't matter because you've chosen yours.
I completely. There's probably a couple addendums that I would make to that. But when you were first like, talking about all that before I hadn't heard the study, the thing I was going to say was to me it feels oftentimes like love is a choice. You choose that this is the person. One of the things that we had in our wedding vows was, we choose this person above all others. Like that's the thing, right?
Did you write each other's vows? I was just going to freeball it when I get married.
No, we wrote them down beforehand. It was good. I think that's an important thing to do. But everybody teach their own. It's all good. It's all good in the hood.
That's cool.